Did you know in the books, Tywin Lannister would dominate the continent of Westeros for 50 years, and we are going to go through every year of his life to show how he capitalized on Targaryen weakness to make House Lannister the most powerful family in Westeros through war, intimidation, and marriage alliances. So we'll start in 242 AC with the birth of Tywin. 2 years later, in 244 AC, his loyal younger brother and right-hand man Kevan is born, followed by their sister Jenna the next year. However, we'll start our story properly in 250 AC with Tywin at 8 years old. The current king of Westeros is Aeg, or Aegon V, who is unpopular because of his peasant reforms and broken marriage alliances. Meanwhile, Sir Duncan the Tall is his Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. Now, from an early age, Tywin can see how weak Aegon the Unlikely is. This is because 13 years later, Aeg did something really smart. He betrothed 4 of his children to some of the great houses of Westeros in 237 AC. His eldest son and heir, Prince Duncan, was to marry the daughter of Lord Lionel Baratheon of Storm's End. Prince Jaehaerys, Aegon's second son, was betrothed to Lady Celia Tully, the daughter of the Lord of Riverrun. Aegon's youngest son, Prince Daeron, was betrothed to Lady Olenna Redwyn of the Arbor, or as we know her, the Queen of Thorns. In addition, Aegon's eldest daughter, Princess Shaera, was betrothed to Luthor Tyrell, the heir to Highgarden. The proposed marriages would have won Aegon much support for his peasant reforms, but his children would ultimately break all these marriage alliances in the following years and arguably doom House Targaryen in the long run. Tywin Lannister would take note. Despite marrying the woman he loves, his children will not get the same privilege and marry whoever would help strengthen House Lannister. Now, over the last 50 years, Westeros has been plagued with Blackfire rebellions, but those seem to be coming to an end with just one more in 10 years' time in 260 AC. After that, the greatest threat to House Targaryen will be itself through the actions of the Mad King Aerys. So, in the Vale, Jon Arryn was 32 years old. He is already Lord of the Eyrie and head of House Arryn. Walder Frey is the current Lord of the Crossing and about 42 years old. Brendan Tully is 7 years old and his brother Hoster is 12. Olenna Tyrell is 22 years old and married to Luthor Tyrell, who is the current Lord of Highgarden and ruler of the Reach. Old Nan is in her 40s while Rickard Stark is about 10. Both are in Winterfell. Stefan Baratheon, Robert, Stannis, and Renly's father are 4 years old. Tywin's sister, Jenna Lannister, is 5 years old. Kevan is 6, and Tywin's younger brother, Tyget Lannister, is a newborn. Tytos Lannister is 30 years old, serving as Lord of Castle Rock and Warden of the West. His authority continues to weaken as Bannermen increasingly ignore his commands and exploit his generosity. Pycelle is 34 years old and serving as Grand Maester in King's Landing. Barristan is 14 years old, already known by the title Barristan the Bold, which Duncan the Tall gave him after he competed as a mystery knight in a tourney at only 10 years old. House Tarbeck is an established but increasingly powerful noble house. Its fortunes have recently improved through marriage ties and financial support from House Lannister. Tarbeck Hall is being rebuilt and strengthened as the number of household knights rises significantly under Walderin Tarbeck. Meanwhile, House Reen is the second most powerful bannerman in the Westerlands behind House Lannister. Roger Reen and Reynard Reen continue extracting large sums of gold from House Lannister through unpaid debts and influence. Gerald Hightower is already a member of the Kingsguard. Doran Martell is about 2 to 3 years old. Aerys II Targaryen is 6 years old and heir to Jaehaerys Targaryen. Aegon V Targaryen continues his reign as king and maintains his reform policies aimed at strengthening royal authority and improving conditions for the small folk. Quellon Greyjoy, Balon's dad, is Lord of the Iron Islands, a strong man and feared. He believes in a peaceful cooperation between the Ironborn and the rest of Westeros, something his children will ignore. So, in the year 251 AC, conditions in the Westerlands continue to deteriorate. House Reen and Tarbeck continue increasing in wealth and military strength at the expense of Titus Lannister. Tywin is disgusted by his father's weak rule. Meanwhile, Aegon V Targaryen continues ruling and pursuing his political and social reforms to help the small folk. In the year 252 AC, at the age of 10, Tywin publicly objects to his father Titus Lannister's announcement that he wants to betroth his daughter and Tywin's sister Jenna Lannister to Aemon Frey, Walder Frey's second son, during a feast. Aemon is not even Walder Frey's heir. Tywin calls it an uneven match and strikes fear into even a 40-year-old Walder Frey. During the same feast, Roger Reen leaves in anger and Ellen Reen laughs aloud. The betrothal remains in place. Jenna later remembers Tywin as the only person who stood up for her and opposed the arrangement. This incident contributes to growing tension between House Tarbeck and Tywin. Kevan and Joanna Lannister, Tywin's future wife, are present at the feast. Kevan Lannister is sent to serve Roger Reen as page and later squire. Meanwhile, north of the wall, Brendan Rivers, or Bloodraven, disappears during a ranging beyond the wall and is eventually brought to the cave where Bran Stark finds him in A Dance with Dragons. In the year 253 AC, shortly after the betrothal incident, Tywin is sent to King's Landing by Titus. He serves as a royal page and cupbearer at the royal court. He becomes close friends with Aerys Targaryen and Stefan Baratheon. Barristan is appointed to the Kingsguard in his 23rd year. He is knighted by King Aegon V Targaryen after defeating Prince Duncan Targaryen in a tourney. Aemon Frey is married to Jenna Lannister in a formal wedding, cementing an alliance between House Frey and House Lannister that will last even until the Red Wedding. In the year 254 AC, Tywin continues service at court. He maintains his friendship with Aerys and Stefan. Barristan begins active service as a member of the Kingsguard and probably stands around watching Tywin, Aerys, and Stefan interact. Aemon Frey continues living within House Lannister's sphere through his marriage alliance, and Jorah Mormont is born. In the year 255 AC, Tywin's youngest brother, Jaerion Lannister, was born. Their mother, Jean Marbrand, dies within a month of his birth. Following her death, Titus Lannister begins a relationship with Jaerion's wet nurse. Balon Greyjoy may have been born this year. The next year is 256 AC. Following Jean's death, Titus becomes increasingly dependent on his mistress. She begins taking his late wife's jewels and clothing. Aerys II Targaryen continues serving at court as prince and strengthens his friendship with Tywin Lannister and Stefan Baratheon. Mace Tyrell is born, the son of Luther Tyrell and Olenna Redwyn. In the year 257 AC, Elia Martell is born. She is born premature and survives despite weak health throughout her early life. The next year, in 258 AC, disorder in the West continues. Titus remains unable to restore firm control over his bannermen. A grandson of Walder Tarbeck is born, later known as the last Lord Tarbeck. Doran Martell's younger brother, Oberyn, is born. Maelys Blackfyre gathers his 8 other exiled captains and outlaws, forming the Band of Nine and agreeing to carve out realms in Westeros. They manage to sack Tyrosh, seize the Stepstones from which they can use to invade Westeros. Maelys declares himself to be King Maelys I Blackfyre. Stefan's father, Ormond Baratheon, begins preparation to mobilize the Stormlands for the conflict later known as the War of the Ninepenny Kings, serving in the royal host being assembled against the Band of Nine. When Jenny of Oldstones came to court after marrying Prince Duncan Targaryen, she was accompanied by her friend, a dwarf albino woman who was reputed to be a woods witch in the Riverlands. Later, Jenny claimed that she was one of the children of the forest, although this might not be true. After hearing the woods witch prophecy that the prince that was promised would come from the line of Aerys and Rhaella Targaryen, their father, Prince Jaehaerys, insisted that they marry. Arya Stark actually meets this albino dwarf in A Storm of Swords, going by the name the Ghost of High Heart. She gives prophecies to the Brotherhood Without Banners, suggesting Balon Greyjoy is killed by a faceless assassin sent by his brother, and Catelyn Stark's resurrection as Lady Stoneheart. Tywin probably serves as Aerys' best man if they have such a role for the groom, and witnessed Aerys and Rhaella's union in King's Landing. Anyway, subscribe for more.